I was talking to a friend of mine about like lately I felt a little lost career wise as far as I've been doing children's books for 10 years. I've been doing prior to that I was in animation, but I've been doing concept art off and on, little odd jobs. I've been working, on Inktober stuff and kind of building the Inktober brand and all that sort of thing. These past probably 10 years since I left animation has been a career shift. And now I'm feeling like I need another shift in career.
Hmm.
This last 6 or 7 years been working on SVS and building that. I'm not saying this is me like, guys, I'm out of
Bill?
SVS. I just want to announce it.
Where are you going?
but but I was just saying, like, I just feel like I need and here's really what it is. And maybe I feel a little vulnerable talking about this. I've been so focused on the business side of art for the last 6 7 years. Um, so focused on how do I get a stable income? How do I get like recurring revenue?
Mhm.
How do I get a shop up and running? How do I get the Kickstarter machine going? How do I do all these things? And I've been very focused on that and time management and project management and administrative stuff that my art has atrophied. I used to have like every year these big aha breakthroughs, like, oh, I could do this now, or I understand this now, and I'm applying that to my work. And I got to this level where I was like, okay, my artwork is good enough where it's good enough and efficient enough that if I just stay at this level, whatever I can do can suffice. It can pass. I can pass it
Good
off,
enough.
right? It's good enough. And lately I've been feeling like, man, I don't feel satisfied with my abilities. Like I see people getting better and doing things that I wish I could do that I'm not doing. And anyways, I was talking to about this with my friend, and he brought up the point. He's like, okay, he had a cousin, still has a cousin. She's 5 years ahead of him. She's super accomplished in the same amount of time. No, she's not. She's 5 days. I'm sorry, I said 5 years. She's 5 days ahead of him, but might as well be 5 years. She's 5 days older than him, but she got her PhD in the time that he got his master's. She went on to be a doctor. Well, he's always sort of compared himself to her, and she sort of had the same thing. She got really sick. She was down for a week with the flu, and she was saying to her mom, she's like, I just don't know if this is the direction I want to go. And maybe I should shift my life and do something. And he said his mom's reply to her, or her mom's reply to her, was, don't ever make a life decision while you're sick. Okay. Wait until you get better. Wait until you feel good. And then your head's clear and you can think about this. And he said, right now, our culture and our society has been sick. We've been locked inside for most of the year. We've been dealing with social problems, political anxiety, all this kind of stuff. Our society isn't like, we wouldn't say it's healthy right now, would we?
Right. Not thriving in the way that it
Not
normally
thriving,
is.
not healthy. There's a lot of aggravation. People have anxiety. I mean, you just sent me that link to how to deal with anxiety, right? Because apparently you're just crippled with anxiety right now, Lee. You can't. No, no. But he said, um, he said, I know so many people right now their 40s age, late 30s, early 40s, who are like shifting gears, wanting to shift career, wanting to move on to something else, and he said, wait till we get through this fog that we're in before you make any life decisions. And I thought that was like really good advice. And I think that applies too with when you abandon something and decide you should move on. Like if you're in a weird spot, you've been working on this project and then you get sick, for lack of a better term, or your life changes a certain way. um, Maybe you push pause on it, but that doesn't mean that project is done and forgotten. Wait until things change. Wait until things go back to how they were, or go back to a new level where you're able to do stuff, and then you can pick it back up again. But
That's a good point.
caveat: if your life has changed, it's okay to abandon something and move on. You don't need to like hang on to something just because you're passionate about it
Yeah.
once, right?
Well, we should talk about that. Other people that we've seen abandon stuff, abandon them. I'm thinking specifically of students of mine.
Mhm.
And the number one abandonment that I've seen as a teacher looking at students is people bailing out of animation specifically.
Mhm.
And it's just interesting because what happens, and I'll just use this as an analogy, it could be anything, but this is just specific to what I've seen. They get into animation and then they get into classes where they have to draw, what is it, 24 frames a second or whatever. And it's just a lot of repetitive drawing to make, a 1 minute short.
Mhm.
You see a student go through that, you'll know really quick whether they're going to be good in animation or not because of the technical skill, but just do they even want to be there? And many times, I'd say 50% maybe, what it really is they like animation.
Mhm.
They don't want to actually make animation. And so then we can have really good conversations about, well, what kind of art do you like to make versus what do you like to look at? And sometimes those aren't the same thing.
And sometimes you have to go as far as going into art school to find out you're in the wrong place.
Correct.
And I've seen a lot of students that have what I read as shame in the fact, they're like, look down at the ground and like, well, I'm not doing that thing anymore. Okay, well, what are you doing? What, celebrate the fact that you found out what you don't want to do. That's one thing you can cross off your list.
Yeah.
But don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, you have to, sometimes you have to walk down a path or go down a trail to know it's not leading you to the destination that you want particularly. Or you might just, honestly, with all these careers, there's no destination. It's just, you enjoy that trail. Like if you don't like the view, you don't like the terrain, go find a different trail, and that's okay.